creativity.
Okay. Okay.
And the question we want to know is like, well, you are making music yourself, and what helps you to be creative in a way? Like, because jazz is of course always, or most of the time, about, well, being creative, perhaps improvising sometimes. But what do you think is important to?
For me, for being a creative singer, very important is how I work together with my fellow musicians. Because it's always very inspiring, but also can be very uninspiring if you don't have this connection, or what you might call chemistry, while you're playing. The understanding of how you want the music to sound, and this understanding often cannot be explained with words so much. I mean, you have the vocabulary of music, as you know, like the notes and all this, and you can communicate through this. But especially within jazz, there's so many subtones, there's so many in-betweens, there's so many possibilities to play it this way or that, or to pronounce it this way or that, and make it sound different and approach it differently. So it's actually the most important thing for me is actually how I work together with my fellow musicians. Yeah.
Do you think that has something to do with the type of people? Like, do you have to like people in order to play well with them, or is it like an understanding also like on a human like interaction level, or is it more about, well, you have to have the same ideas about how music should look like?
I think you have to have the same ideas. Actually, I mean, it helps a lot when you like the people that you play with, because it takes out a lot of unnecessary tension before a gig, for instance. Because when you can connect, and when it's a real trustful relation that you have, then you don't have that kind of stress anymore. But it can happen that you play with somebody whom you do not actually like so much, but on that music level you somehow connect, and the connection could also be a little provocative, for instance. Sometimes that is very interesting, or a little like a competition kind of thing, that's going on. That can be very funny too, but I prefer to play with people whom I like, who like me.
I can imagine.